Coming up from the Mile High City, the Broncos play host to the Jets. Denver's looking for win number 7 in their last 9 games against New York. It's Week 3 in the NFL. Next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be quarterbacked, of course, by a 2-time Super Bowl champion in his 18th NFL season. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back who likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big time game.
Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Now Roethlisberger. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Let's go!
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 109 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. And they'll be led out by a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 6th season now, Dak Prescott.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 23 carries, 89 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, We had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. No gain on the play there. Second down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. He'll get that complete to Albert O. First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a first down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Using abacus?
I trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
My calculator shorted out on this one. 60,000 yards. Congratulations.
Man, has it been fun to track his career, and it continues. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal. Now Roethlisberger to throw.
20-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Roethlisberger will throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Roethlisberger. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it. Because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
In the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And back deep, Deontay Johnson. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Man, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Shoves him aside, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Zach Cunningham leads leading tackler a year ago in to make the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 21. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. The tally there, -8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well. Santos' kick is up and through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. Running on first down is Fournette, but he can only manage a yard or so before he's brought down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. from just shy of midfield. Roethlisberger throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Jets on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. DJ Jones able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Waiting on it will be Richie James. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Jets. John Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Jets have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Prescott off play action. Now he's flushed out right. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Oh, On 2nd and 10, Prescott. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To the air again, Prescott. Buying time to his left. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Prescott. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now Leonard Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. That swung out wide to Harris. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. And Folk's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Let's go! Let's go!
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up.
Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, but I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Play action now. Prescott. And Shark calls it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
2nd and 7.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Prescott. He gets it complete to Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Roethlisberger. Brown has the first down and much more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for New York. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Fournette, a first down carry. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Fournette. They juked him, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Off the play fake, Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A handoff to Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Matthew Judon in there to take him down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got a man open, that's Harry. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Jets now to take over. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Roethlisberger will throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Prescott from the gun. Finds the open target, Arnold. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. It's brought in by Harris. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Prescott now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Broncos! Austin Hooper from 10 yards out. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. He's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Well, for Ben Roethlisberger, he had the elbow reconstruction back in 2019, but he does not appear to have lost much at all, as that was a rocket.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Clyde Edwards-Helaire punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets have once again taken the lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Here's Richie James on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
From the 29, Prescott. That's once again complete to Chark. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he will slide down with a good gain. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a 1st down. It's 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Another go-around now for the Jets offense. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
A.J. Boye up to make the tackle. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Open space inside the 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 22.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scout.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Leonard Fournette taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and that will make this a 4-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down 24-20, 2:07 remaining. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. Now Brown only lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go, it's Roethlisberger on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete, they cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Prescott. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for Denver, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.